Welcome back, YouTube pipe smokers. Mutton Chop Piper here. Well, today's video is about whether to, I call it stemming your pipe with a pipe cleaner. But before we get started, I wanted to show you that I'm smoking out of my 7LE 121. No, I think it's a 122. Rusticated, and out of it I am smoking one of the 16 blends that I've already told you about, the Smoker's Haven exotic mixture. Alright, let's talk about this. Now, this is a very touchy subject. There are certain people that use this technique and other people that do not, and they both feel very strongly. What I'm talking about is once you clean your pipe, some people take a pipe cleaner and they put it into the end of their pipe, and they let it stay there. Now, it's up to you. The way you want to do it, that's fine. This is my way. Okay, so please don't get upset with me for doing this video and being in a different camp than you are. If you have found over the years, if you are a seasoned pipe smoker and you have found over the years that this works fine for you, then continue to do that. You don't have to take my word for it. If you don't put a pipe cleaner in the end of your pipe, and you've been doing it for years, then again, you do it the way that you feel more comfortable doing. I'm going to explain to you why I'm in one camp and not the other. Alright, the camp that I am in is I do not put a pipe cleaner into my pipe stem. And now let me explain to you why. I used to keep a pipe cleaner in my stem. And I was I was in that camp for quite a long time. And then one day I noticed when I was doing a deep cleaning of my pipe that, I don't know, some different colored looking stuff was coming off of my pipe cleaner. It was sort of greenish looking. And I was like, I wonder what that is. So I got to thinking about it, and I said, well, maybe it's because I'm putting a pipe cleaner in my stem. I decided to stop doing it, and apparently that worked for me. So I decided, I think I'm going to do an experiment to see exactly how much moisture a pipe cleaner gathers if you put it into a pipe stem. So this is the test that I ran. Now, ever so often I send pipes off to smokingpipes.com, and when they get some of my pipes, I had purchased a large quantity of pipes from a friend of mine whose a friend of theirs had died, and he had a huge pipe collection. So I sent those pipes off to get evaluated for estate sale, and they sent me about 3 of them back. Either the bowl was cracked or stem was messed up in some way. There was a problem with them. So what I did with one of those pipes is this. I filled the bowl about halfway with water. And then I plugged the end and I kind of set it like this. See that? Where no water would come out of the stem. And I let it sit there for a good couple hours. Once it was done, I removed the water and I took a pipe cleaner and just once I went down through and pulled it back out. And it was pretty soaked. So then I took that same different pipe cleaner and I put it down in through the mouthpiece into the shank here, and I left it for 24 hours. When I came back and I pulled that pipe cleaner out, it was damp. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, that's an unfair test because, you're not going to have that much water, in the stem and in the shank and in the bowl. Agreed. But if that much water stays on the pipe cleaner, then the amount of water that it's going to do an action called wicking. What it's going to do is it's going to draw that moisture from the walls and adhere to the pipe cleaner. The only problem is the pipe cleaner stays moist. There's no way, in that tight space, there's no way to release that moisture that's on the pipe cleaner now. So I got to thinking about it, and for me at least, it seems like I get a drier pipe and a more pleasant smoke when I just let it dry naturally. What I try to do is I try to keep my pipes at this angle to where if there is any water or any moisture, it will drain to the bowl. Now this part of the bowl, it gets more air than the actual shank here, but I still feel like the air will flow freer, and I think that when you get air down in here, it will dry out that briar a little better than leaving a pipe cleaner in. Now, again, please understand this is only my opinion. I conducted that test to see exactly how much water that pipe cleaner would hold. How much, my thought was I'll put the pipe cleaner in, it'll wick out the water or the moisture, and then the pipe cleaner will dry. But it didn't. It stayed moist. So you have a moist pipe cleaner against the walls of the inside of your shank. It's no better than leaving the shank soaked with water or with moisture. So for me personally, I get a better smoke, and I get it seems like a cleaner pipe, and it seems like it's drier to me, to allow it to just naturally flow, let the air flow through. Now there's not going to be anything blowing through here or anything, but you are going to allow some air, right, to circulate through the pipe in order to dry it. And for me, that it just seems to work out better for me. Now, like I said before, if you have always kept a pipe cleaner in your pipe stem for 24 hours and you have never had a problem, that's the way you want to go. I'm not saying to change because I do it a different way. If you're a new pipe smoker, make up your own mind. Try it for a while. Take one of your pipes and stem it every time you smoke it. And if you don't have a problem and you'd rather do it that way, again, there's no problem with that. I just wanted to give you a different perspective on what I do and what seems to work for me. What seems to work for me is to keep the pipe without a pipe cleaner in it to allow the air to circulate. And it seems to me, maybe it's my environment, Maybe it's because I have a vent maybe over where my pipes are. I don't know. But it seems like for me that as the air circulates through the pipe, it dries it a lot quicker. And I don't end up getting gunk buildup and any of that stuff in the stem. So there you go. Again, please don't leave a comment saying, you know, how dare you say you do it this way and not that way. I'm just bringing you the way I do it, and if you've been smoking for years and you have stemmed your pipe, then that's completely fine. Whatever works for you as a pipe smoker, that's what you want to do. And the new pipe smokers, test it for yourself. You know, put a pipe cleaner down in there, and if it seems to work out for you, then that's the way you need to go. If it doesn't, then just let it naturally air dry. Either way is fine. I just wanted to let you know how I do it. All right, well, that's it for this video. I appreciate you viewing it. I hope you learned something. And until our next video, I want to wish you and your family happy piping.